Greensboro's history with war is well documented, especially during the Revolutionary War and, of course, the Battle of Guilford Courthouse. But for some reason, most people have no idea how significant the city was in the United States winning World War II. Well, at the corner of East Wendover Avenue and Huffman Street, there is a historical marker reading Greensboro ORD, but the area's history spans hundreds of acres.
Yeah, Fox 8's Michael Hennessy joins us now here in the studio. Michael, that history started back in 1943.
Katie, ORD stands for Overseas Replacement Depot. Over a span of a few years, hundreds of thousands of servicemen were trained and processed there. Its impact on the war and the city itself was massive.
Had Greensboro's war effort not happened, the United States of America would have lost World War II.
It's one of the most important stories in Greensboro history. It just so happens to be one of the lesser known.
And it became Basic Training Camp number 10, later known as Overseas Replacement Depot, ORD.
In 1943, Greensboro became home to the country's largest military base within the limits of any American city.
All told, about 330,000 troops came flowing into the base.
Built on 652 acres, the Army Air Force used it to get tens of thousands of crewmen ready for war.
And the United States knew that if we were going to win World War II, that was going to happen in the skies.
The buildings went up quickly.
There were 7 chapels, there were gymnasiums, there were movie theaters, there was the Officers Club, which was really, really elegant.
But while they weren't built to last,
We expected to win the war in 5 years, and nobody cared what happened to them after that point.
many still exist. Hidden history sprinkled throughout the city's east side.
They would have been parachuting. They would have been learning to fly aircraft. They would have been learning combat training.
Even North Carolina A&T's football field used to be an ORD firing range.
When they were building some new buildings in the 1950s on A&T, they uncovered thousands and thousands of spent bullets. It's been a while since anybody's been out here, it looks like.
Train tracks still marking where trainees were brought in.
The main tracks, they were actually, every street had their own tracks.
With thousands of them flooding into local restaurants and hotels.
There's a very good chance that had ORD not existed, we would be Reidsville right now, you know. I mean, it was a tremendous boon.
There were even German POWs taken here during the war.
And during the day, those POWs would go to work on local farms. A lot of times with no supervision. They were on the honor system, you know, which is baffling and mind-numbing, but at the same time, who were they going to contact, you know?
When we won the war, the ORD shifted from training to processing the soldiers back into the States.
And a lot of the people didn't have any really where to go and just decided to stay in Greensboro.
In turn, overwhelming the housing market and injecting highly skilled people into the workforce.
When the base closed, you had all of these empty buildings, but all of a sudden you had warehouses, empty warehouses all over the place.
Entrepreneurs were then able to get into the buildings for cheap. Small businesses flourished.
If you drive around the Bessemer area, you'll see that history every single day. Where we are right now is behind the Bojangles on Bessemer.
So while it may not bring in celebrities, even presidents anymore, it is something that can draw us closer together in remembering a time when Americans united for the same purpose.
I think it's important to remember, just so that we can have this sort of civic pride here in Greensboro, that we really made a difference.
Now, we mentioned the German prisoners of war being kept at the ORD. The Greensboro Public Library says at its height, there were more than 300 German POWs there, with the Germans' quarters near what is now English Street. Neil?
Fascinating story.